set we more them, but we go shout. Now the poor man voice we they bring out.
Now we alright for know the truth. Now that make we go protect the truth.
Truth began, no they neglect anyone.
We are the voice.
Not we in the absence of the chairman or the deputy chairman, the councillors, the ODK agree on somebody for preside over council meetings. It's in the law books. And I'll tell you, an officer in a bipartisan council in the Western region, Freetown City Council and Ward C, any council there or any party there will command a 2/3 majority. They. So if we want to look at as a matter of necessity, you understand, you have to ensure that the councillors, the way they become a bipartisan council, we're ready for work, then continue for do their work, then continue for provide services for their own people then. You understand? When the one that we see don't come, they will continue from that side there. But I'll tell you, the councillors, the way they supposed to continue for run, the administration supposed to continue for run, the chief administrator, who by section 32 get the mandate as the administrative head and vote controller, supposed for the guide the council as a moral guarantor until sanity return.
And owner as the decentralization secretariat, perhaps somebody go argue say this is not the headache of decentralization. So they say if not the central government be in charge, maybe you get this headache. From on your professional standpoint of view, is that an argument to go hold water?
Well, it not go hold water. Although most people go say yes, the real type of decentralization of this country, we say in a political decentralization. We should say political parties then can send representatives and for contest for positions at the local level. Although during the review of the 2022 Local Government Act as a ministry, we be saying make it go apolitical because we be seeing here. If it's an apolitical decentralization where people we have voted for on the merits, on the basis of voting that they do in the communities, you not go see the whole government to ransom because a set of people then not agree on certain things then, and therefore you want for whole government to ransom. But as an information, just for the edification of the audience, we don't do a request for an expert opinion for interpret the PFM Act, the Public Financial Management Act, and the Local Government Act in the Attorney General's office, and they don't return back. The Solicitor General don't write back positively say yes, the Chief Administrator na the vote controller, and the responsibilities of the vote controller are manage the finances of the council and for make sure say you get prudent disbursement of funds and ensure say you get transparent and accountable means of disbursing funds. So we don't write back to the financial secretary for make them take immediate action for let the councils then begin for run. I mean, we cannot hold government to ransom because of few misunderstandings.
All right. At the council, Mr. Saul, I mean, because you lead a consortium way now really service delivery on the focus on, and just like where Mr. Bonafa just with the talk, when you talk about resources, you are talking about service delivery and things like that. How much impact, if you to say all of this boycott they get on the ordinary citizen way, in the only thing we care about, we do cleaner for let them cleaning streets, and he is not really interested in parties and actions like this?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It gets a lot of impact and all a negative impact. And we have to be sober as a nation. And some of we continue for swear people on Governor Clark said in prayers. Because we still don't know how to go. We're heading for 65 years. Any man or woman who old 65 years is no longer a child, neither a youth. Na grandpa. We are getting to 65 years, few days from now. And look who's we did at this particular time. We people in the down tool. I just come up Kenny a few hours ago. I don't even rest. I don't come at this hall. And I make so many calls on some other areas beside the APC mayors and chairmen and they. People let it go work. People for sign documents and for approve vouchers and all of that. For let people and get the services where they're supposed to get. If people not in at the offices, nothing not go on. I go slow. Where the small resources they and the officials then we still in they go slow. So you can imagine if the one that was supposed for the sit down at the seats, they not did it. I don't know which kind go slow, we go call them. And all of this goes slow at the end of the day, it gets a lot to do with corruption. Corruption. Within MPO there, like massive corruption they take place. Because when the wrong person just go for 2-3 days, they do some certain job and they rush for them. At the end of the day, beaucoup problem will happen. So now we always put salon first. And that I like the branding of the Ministry of Information. We for put salon first. We'll put salon first. All of these things when they happen, so you know they happen. But what they happen right now, they see now political parties people they put first. Or then self. Because not all them parties and they put first, then this kind of they see, we're not going to see them at all. If you walk on the street of Freetown, drainage is a block, and they smell, mosquito then breed, then they bet people them. Drugs they within our hospital not even enough, we'll forget, and now people go for sick more, and more people go for going to hospital. And this one is totally unacceptable from civil society. Some of you go for come up with press releases by tomorrow or next tomorrow again, for tell government say life for go on. Once we sleep and wake, they cancels them for their own. The offices and for close. So man they go for certificate in register in business or organization where you go they say this person not in sit. And that they make things and go slow. That they make some people and suffer. You come up far distance. Still I come now the council do what they are supposed to do. You come and say this person not in sit. You imagine the transport where you go don't pay, the time and energy where you go don't waste. You know, they carry that particular family in business go bien. Because even when you don't spend the transport, you don't come, you don't get the service where you're supposed to get. You don't lose a lot of money and business they go bien. So we they say the people are interested now for put first. We want personal thing, we put them bien. There is provision for negotiation. You get a problem with the central government, write letter to them, una sit down, una talk, una iron out things. Una let iron out in your own personal interest. But when I go for iron and out in the interest of the good of all. And because that for the good of all, now for make we put down with pride and we put with party them bien. Because of this wanging word we call service delivery. Service delivery. You go to districts and cities where mayors or councillors they don't down tools, a lot of problems they happen now. I engaged one of the councillors from SLPP within the Western area. It's within a number about 5 or 6 or so. That number is very small. For able to take the entire city. It's impossible. It's impossible. You get issue with performance because of the number. And most of them councillors, and they are chairmen of committees where the chairmanship get a role for play with approval. So if you say you know the work, then that approval for approve small budget we put for go do cleaning, people not go there for sign them. I only hope that the decentralization secretariat, the office of the Attorney General, the Ministry of Social Welfare, the Ministry of Local Government, they all for come together. We're going to talk about social welfare, they get a lot to do with the councils. Where it says social welfare. They get a lot to do with the council. So, Madam Minister, there with me. We want to make them do everything possible. It's about the people. It's about the people. This issue about demonstration, me, I need to understand. Now, what I want to again, you get strike, you get demonstration. People in the strike say they need to go work at the offices. The other one again, why are in a demonstration? This is a whole nonsense. We get young people in the streets. I don't want to use any kind of bad word on them. But brothers and sisters, they're in the streets, they take kush, they take tramadol. Then they wait for opportunity, or make it gather and put them in the streets. Say let them go demonstrate. So man, by the time they hit a cotton tree now, and target all another body shop. That in their money shop. Now they on demonstration they go. If you go loot that Lebanese money shop, Then the Lebanese man in business collapse. How he will pay NRA? For let NRA in turn able to send money to the central government, for make it go pay police, soldier, teacher, nurse them, and other government workers. How? Even with the councils.
And there's an additional point where I just want to draw your attention to, because while you see the highlights, the really bad impact where they get on different people, I want to focus a bit on vulnerable population them, whether not picking them service delivery for persons with disability in these communities that are also being affected. Where you don't go around the country, you don't talk to some of them, which are the testimonies and we hear from them in terms of how this don't impact them already.
The testimony them bad. Now make a bring in social welfare. You're talking about disability. You are talking about poor people. If they're not able to perform, they need to work, then definitely there is going to be a challenge for them. The challenge is there already. This law don't hide them. President Bill no one day tell we say they don't succeed in everything. It's not possible. Say water is 100%, road is 100%. It's not possible. Every council get councillors when are chairpersons of different thematic issues. If then down tools, definitely there's going to be challenge. Waiting that disabled person forget, you know we forget them. And you don't already tell you say the person disabled. Waiting you for do for them as a council, you for do them for them. Then it just make the situation worse. The poor people in the street, young guys, we need to pull them at the street. So in short, my brother and my family we sit down at the hall. Are they really big we all? This is everybody's business. I like the interreligious council and step where they don't take. They don't say, not for just you don't fall and in full foot. Because some of we sit there, we don't born and get sense before the 11-year rebel war starts. We don't there as full-grown men and women, we don't see the 11-year rebel war. Because there's some other things that they take you to war. Now, Lord accepting now, the APC forcefully said that they're going to street for go demonstrate. If the IG not getting clearance. And then the APC said no, in the interest of people them, for go do them business, for go move them day-to-day activities. We have not agree. We said they go demonstrate. And I want to make them know say this time around, if APC, SLPP go on street for go demonstrate, we serve civil society they can street. On a very serious note, today, now we all go demonstrate. So I don't talk this several times. This time, people that they're going to push against some of house. We're all going to the bush.
Okay.
Because we know where to pass. Then they follow, we sister them, we anti them. We see what them. Now some of them things that they take with to also been come out together. And it is unacceptable this time around.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Saul. I mean, of course, for making a very strong point about the impact all of these they get on local governance. But I come to you back, Madam Minister. When we get our conversation last week, one of the key things we come to for that the responsibility to religious leaders and get now in this digital age is far more greater than what they had 20 years ago, because now the waiting and the talk, the impact could be amplified very easily on social media. How much waiting you take on that particular point as well, we come out really strongly.
Thank you very much. I think say, just like I don't say, the religious leaders then rule not the only stay na the pulpits now or na the mosques, na the church, then get for go out. Because Sierra Leone na a religious country where we know the two main religion, Christians and Muslim. We always deny all man gets in your side where he belong. And we they live in communities. And so also engage, then get for religious leaders, then also engage the communities. Because some man no go meet up maybe for dinner mosque or church where you talk about anything there. So they have to also take a step forward, and also they have to make sure they monitor, because the whole thing is followership. The imam gets in followership, the pastor gets in followership. So you get for monitor your followership, what they say on this social media, this digital age. it counts a lot. Because one thing you talk now, we're not even common now. In fact, all day now, we are out there. So people then also for raise awareness and sensitize their followers about the impact where then utterances, then rhetorics, then make on the social media, waiting it lead to. Importantly, we get kingdom where they grow. So my question the last time was, which kind of Sierra Leone you want left for them picking there? When we can inherit a religious tolerant country, the one the way they come after we, is it that we want to introduce some new to them where we may not be depan? Do we want to introduce that? No. And the answer is simple, no. We want to make sure, say, like how the rest of the world, they move with the digital things, the way they improve country, like now they talk about the AI. When they talk about other digital platform and content creating and all of that for the young people there. I think that thing that we want for let them learn and catch up with the rest of the world and come for develop Sierra Leone, as opposed to can dip and release rhetorics and tomorrow it lead to a division where absolutely unnecessary. So this is why religious leaders, they have to take responsibility. Because, like I say, they have played roles even before now. Like somebody was talking about the Civil War. We know how the religious leaders then been there out there for bring camp peace. Because they know, say, among the rebels, there were Christians and Muslims. Among the sobers, there were Christians and Muslims. You know, so the role where they play, now they can role and they for play now. And let people then left for import something now where not doing we sabi. So now we call extremism. Something where they creep into with society where not everything they copy. You need for copy good things, not the one where they bring division, where go make we all run away. Now it make we believe, say, the religious leaders there, then they sign up to the communique. Waiting the communication, he said we want peaceful coexistence, mutual respect across all faith, responsible and accountable leadership. Then for reject every hate message, incitement and extremism. Now in the key thing, now they sign up to, and therefore they now have the responsibility to engage their followership. Because as I've been saying, Panda meeting day, and immediately after meeting day, no religious leaders, because even the Office of National Security, they were here. They make a very powerful submission as far as the security of this country is concerned. 1 minute after when they signed that communique, anybody now caught, whether on social media, who say you make that statement or it gets to the security forces, you're going to be arrested. Then not a religious business again. It will be individualistic. Women say, alone, it big as you. So you cannot put everybody's life at risk or put country in anarchy. So you arrested, and no religious leader, no human right, no get for go free you day. Let me tell you what we did quickly after that signing. What we did, we make sure so we share the communique, a copy of which I have here. We share this with National Security. We share with CID. We share with Inspector General of Police. We share around with the Office of the Secretary to the President, Secretary to the Vice President, Human Rights. We share around with them. We share around with Peace Commission. So shared with all of them body there, where seemingly go one for can intervene. Human Rights. I get conversation with the chair. I tell and say, you can now use this to engage. This thing where anyone, Peace Commission will therefore use this now for engage. Because tomorrow, nobody as an individual will go make any statement will go lead to anything where they generate heated debate on religious line. It not go free. And me at the Ministry of Social Welfare, we with the responsibility, go make sure say the law taking full course.
All right, thank you very much for that. But let me come to you back, Mr. Bonava, on this issue, because when things like this happen, also they give you opportunity for go back, reflect, and see what we can do with the law. In this particular case, have there been those considerations by UNA within the secretariat and the ministry as a whole?
Oh yes, like I said, we first make I establish say the decision we then take na the councils them where they abdicate the responsibility. They're not communicating with the Ministry of Local Government. They're not communicating with we. Allah will make that very clear. Also, we think say they are see very low hanging fruits where the council don't left now the councils them for make use of. For example, I talk about 16.3 where then Kiyebu they coordinated the small meeting them in the absence of the mayor and deputy mayor, for example. Then you get 16.4 of the local government actually tell you say more than 1/3 of the councillors can actually request in writing to the chairperson or the mayor forget an extraordinary meeting, a special meeting of council. You understand? And you state the objectives are very clear. Possibly, they come on at the councils because these are bipartisan councils. They not even tell the other party with the left council. This is now one ground why you need for write the mayor or the chairman and request in presence for a special meeting stating those objectives for make you can't talk to owner. Also, we get other things that we don't do and the Local Government Act of 2022 for now ask the Solicitor General because we want let the Chief Administrator them, now then council them, let them begin take their own responsibility and take fiduciary responsibility. So we will clean the street them, the gutters then will not become clogged, we will able to clean them, we will pay service providers, contractors, auxiliary staff of the council. We don't do that. This one then are the soft measures because the minister way at the able accommodate a lot of things. He's a patient person, I'll tell you. Otherwise, the section 108 of this Local Government Act don't give and power for recommend to the president the state of affairs in any council. And the president get the right through parliament for sending council them into administration, which means president get the right through parliament now for say, okay, this for let the council operate. And we don't see that very clearly as it is now. And the president is saying the other thing where people don't understand now that whilst the act say 2/3 majority of all the parliamentarians, that are just the broad provision. But this same act under 138 don't talk say the minister gets right for making regulations to every section, every provision of the act. So the 138 they tell you say the minister can will make provisions for crystallize or for detail what in the extant provision may mean. It can make an instrument within the lay. So we get all of them things for happen. But as it is, Nadando we don't use force because, like I said, for these two councils here, na bipartisan councils. For the other one, them easy for the president send into administration because now they don't decide for go all man to abandon the council. For these two, we get 18, for example, we get 18 SLPP councillors, now FCC, as against 22. We get them there. So you get for the member also the consideration they are willing to work. They're ready for work for the people, then they're ready for serve. So now I made them they hold a small meeting them. And once it clear, now say the chief administrator is ready to work, he now withdraws funds for service delivery, other operations, the council go there in full swing. Make we not forget say section 3, I don't tell one of this of the Local Government Act, don't tell you say the council is a body corporate in being, which means a different from any political party. The council right a legal person, a corporate being, and they continue for exist in perpetuity. Now that they talk about it will continue for exist. And the other thing way the citizens they don't know, or the other people who don't boycott know also know what they call a boycott. Now that the citizens then get right if they are paying for services, then get right for take the council to court because they know they get their services then. This now the other thing way people they don't know about it is provided for in section 3 of this same act. So we get all of them here, but like I said, we don't take the first one. We don't get the answer we want. We don't send them to the financial secretary. And I'm very sure either before the holiday or by the end of the holiday, we don't get the answers and the councils will don't make it run full swing.
Thank you very much for that clarity. This is a very detailed explanation. Some of those explanations we've not even had it before regarding how the law, the work, and the provision them. We really the law also gets for really settle this impasse right now with local councils. Some local councils across the country they face. We now come to Una the journalism, of course, for questions as well. Hopefully we are in good time, so we'll get multiple round of questions. So for the one who want to ask questions, just put your hand up and then we will point at you. And then, but I want to start this way. I'll start with Jaffa, and then after that they come to Pagile. Let's start with Jaffa from 98.
Good afternoon. Mina Jaffaman Davis from Radio Democracy. To the Minister of Social Welfare. In the conversation when I've been get with the religious leaders, for people who have not been there, when you been put the document for everybody sign, there was halt. All man cease from move, nobody not take pen and things like that. Because they say according to the statute, now where the three overall or the two overall body them, the two overall leader them the religious council they now where they sign now anything where they sign to can all water. Then they will make them not sign. But the condition where the executive secretary, Reverend Jesse Fona Bingi, now that it is signed in a bid that they all get a consensus, say, then go sign for sake of respect where you've been there at the hall, and then go look at the document, then they come out and back, say, now this then go one lady, then go into law. My question now is, you don't sign, you don't talk about how this document where they don't sign, it go begin all water and go begin arrest. That condition, the way the executive secretary been give, it all water say then they allow them first and go look am or that document don't come into existence or begin take power as to what you say where any imam or pastor when make any way they contravene national development or count hate speech or things like that can go and can arrest them for go to an cell or things like that. That's question one.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but now the
all right,
scenario belong. So the decentralization secretariat, you talk about how una don't begin the pool funds for lay service system begin for go.
I don't think say they don't begin the pool funds. They say that they seek clarity for access funds within a legal procedure in this particular circumstance. We'll go also make a clarification on that, but continue with your question.
My question was that if that not going to affect una work on other things that we una be don't plan for do.
Okay, so una just go the notes on our questions them and definitely we'll come to you. Let's pack them.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. My name is Alaji Abu H. Gilen from Civil Society. My first intervention now for the decentralization. This decentralization, as far as I am concerned, from its inception 2004, the CA line at the vote controller. What we find out over the years that the CA they get tussle with the mayor or the chairperson. I want to ask decentralization. What you don't do pan that? because service delivery is very, very important. I work from the city of Freetown on Sunday. I start from Jue till I reach Lumbini. The city is dirty. Nothing to be right about. Now what they tell you so. You reach na PZ, the gutter where the water they run till the canal with Bafo Street. So decentralization, then suppose for them do something with the minister and the Anthony General and Minister Justice. They know what thing they get to do about that. I come to the Ministry of Social Welfare, sir. I was here when they signed that communique. Not to say I'm not media now. My brother took something, which is very, very bad. I want to ask the minister, because the minister say they don't get consultants. And they don't say that they make policy where the religious people then go operate on. Now, they don't talk, say 3 people they not meeting for let them go sign the communique. Just to go so. Don't 2 people there come out from here and go talk to the Secretary for Inter-Religious Council. Now the thing they take them pen, we then sit down, then sign that communique there. I was sitting here. Now, Madam Minister, after that thing there, does those people get back to you to say anything? Want to know about that.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm afraid we have to really move on. I will come to you if we get spare time.
Okay,
you don't already squeeze in 2 questions in. Let me come to the gentleman them over there, and then I will come to you, Mercy TV.
Mohamed Usman Mangura, Capital Times newspaper. I mean, you say if APC or the opposition jump the street this time around, when I serve the civil society, they jump the streets. I want to know in what capacity we want jump the street for demonstrate where we not a political party, that one in a political party. To the Minister of Social Welfare, what are the legality of the document where he presents to the Religious Council for sign? These documents go through Parliament for make it become a legal by the document that anybody will make any statement of offense in terms of religion, you will be arrested. Thank you.
Okay, yes. Sarah Sisi.
Ibrahim Sarah Sisi, Voice of Salon Radio. Mr. Saul, I mean, you say you did on the Guna Street for protest. Looking at the situations and una not being considered the implications of the PR system before society where the power rests on una for advocate on behalf of the people. It's the implication of the PR system don't come now. The opposition say then they go out and protest. Even if you didn't get them or not get them, now you don't see una they go out. You know think say una self when a sister we don't get previous communique we then sign with Inter-Religious Council. Looking at the way and manner that they build church and mosques closer and the confusion on the increase between like we'll give instances where one of the communique being the previous minister by then where they be signed the Inter-Religious Council say we then build church now you'll get 100 meters away for let them build mosques. Now that we don't see a case we don't go to court between the SLMB mission and the Greater West Evangelical Ministry where they in a black code between the two, then they closer. How far una as ministry don't go for intervene for CC then go settle that situations then they? Thank you.
Let's go to Mercy TV. All right.
Munira Tukalan from Mercy TV Channel 29. Miss Melrose Camington. So you made mention of the fact that religious tolerance in Sierra Leone should stand as an acting peacemaker. But it's not really about signing this communique. It's about the fact that it also should not just be a document on a shelf. It should be implemented effectively. And how can you make sure that these laws that they have signed is being implemented effectively? To Mr. Alex Bonafa. So the APC representatives treated them that they are going to be replaced by acting personnel. What do you have to say about that? And Mr. Saul, I mean, do you think that the religious leaders, since the government, have signed a communique with them, do you think that they have a role to play with this APC parliamentarians or councils boycotting their governance or their seats?
Thank you very much. I'll come back questions for you, and then I will come to Mr. Bonafa, and then I will come to you, Saulamin.
Thank you very much. And I also want to thank we people them we don't ask very important questions. About waiting be happen now, so the day for the signing of the communique. So the signing of the communique and even the national conversation will lead to the signing of the communique. Not just the next step, like we escalate on a bit. Because for some of una, like I say, where they follow the media religiously, una go find out, say, from December, now begin getting statements there on social media, where some of una go recall, let Christian and not eat Muslim and not eat Christian their food, all them kind of rhetorics then they where it be spark up conversation, and that conversation there una go agree with me say it not be healthy. And so what we do as a ministry, first we call the individuals, then we call religious leaders, we ask them for publicly apologize. Because this country not ready for that. And in fact, it's absolutely not important and not necessary. Because as I say, we don't live as a country where religious tolerance and everybody they admire we for that. Two individuals were involved mainly from the Muslim side, and they come out and apologize to this nation. That it was out there, even the press where we pull as a ministry, be they out there and they condemn, say the government not they in tandem with what them people had to do. So one would have thought that people then go learn from that. We will see another one come out recently. They go international now, talking about America, Israel, and that kind of thing. And me, say not good for we, not healthy for this country. So now we say, well, this we get for escalator in the sense that we get for a national conversation, and the national conversation, and every December when we make, when we get that thing where the people then begin for apologize, and we all know what to talk, we all condemn. And at the national conversation again, for una will be present, una you read the statement then say this is a religious tolerance country. They even take we back to years how the people then be they live, how this they eat, this in food and they eat. We get all the stories then they. So the issue here is that it was about putting structures, before national interest. They have their structures, we agree. But when things happen, it is individualistic. Now, an individual, he go with himself, and if you there, you get your church. If you there, you get your mosques, and now you follow Adande, you were here that day, you have a responsibility. This is what it was about. My question was very simple to them, by the way. Do we want peace for Sierra Leone? Do we want religious tolerance? Do we want to continue to enjoy that? Everybody agreed. Now that leads to the signing. Because this is what this is about. It's not about anything. Coming to the policy. The policy is something we don't agree, say we're doing a policy. And I tell you, we had to take it to cabinet. I had to take it to cabinet. For let cabinet give me approval, say we can do a national consultation. Why? Because now a sensitive issue. and cabinet, president been giving approval, say yes, you can go ahead and consult, because we seem for the see extremism, the creeping, and as a responsible government, you know the left see don't say what up as Gary, like how people then can say, you they nip it in the bud so that people know that no, we are not ready for this, not now, we are not ever even, we're not ready for that. So the government, the cabinet, we don't give it approval, and the national consultation, it actually don't start where the consultant, then they in place and they don't produce the first frame. They don't get engaged with the religious leaders. Now for let them go now the districts them and engage. And would they even bring we don't see that they somewhere in the eastern part of this country. So all of them and they then get for day inside the national policy on religious tolerance and practice. So the proximity of churches from mosques, this and that, these are conversations where get for be shaped in the national policy. And now they're very religious leaders here or traditional platform, and we they support them, but they will take the lead. And when I make we want for engage and we go ask the media, you have a role to play. You are a Sierra Leonean, you have a role to play. You have to, when we reach out to una, everybody get for make sure say the conversation, people then participate panel, whether online or outside, because at the end of the day, ignorance of the law is no excuse, because we all don't shape us so, and it's highly likely that because of things they go, this might go to parliament. Yes, from policy now they shape the law. So we can move it to parliament, yes, for let it be a law in this country, if that is what we envisage. Because if people they not stop, then it go get for be law, and the law go bet bad one. Me and you know that one day. But for now, we want for just pinch ourselves for say because even in the 1991 constitution, if you watch peace is paramount. So nobody not for bring DVC. So when my brother be the ask say if this document legal, this document it hinge on the 1991 constitution where they talk about peace. Now I make ask the people, they say, do we want peace? They say yes. If you want peace and you know you are an opinion leader, you have a follower, can sign for say you will do the needful. Somebody asks about implementation. Yes, this communique get implementation. It said these commitments will be advanced through shared responsibility. One, when our religious institutions will promote internal accountability, guide followers, and strengthen interfaith engagement. So they have a role to play, and that also has kicked in, and then go continue for do that. Government will facilitate continued dialogue, support community structures, and expand civic education and early response mechanism. Now, we've been do that national conversation in partnership and in collaboration with the Ministry of Information, because now in the legitimate institution where they carry the information. Even this platform was also, and many other platforms, the Ministry of Information go drive this so that people know that this country is a religious tolerance country and we're not ready for that thing there. Communities will reinforce peace building through inclusive dialogue and participation. This is very key. You are in your community, you have heard about this communique, it is your role, even as an individual, for make sure say wherever you did this kind of rhetorics today, you put a halt to her. Waiting to, because the peace of this country is paramount.
Thank you very much for responding to that question, and then of course then you see the passion as well with the minister also they take for really emphasize on the role and responsibility. We all forget for really ensure cohesion there. I'll come to you, Mr. Bonafa. You get some questions there, and then we'll come to you, William Salami.
Yes, thank you very much. Jaffa 98.1. I'm not being talk say they don't begin withdraw funds. I say we see the drive for route and through the Attorney General's office, and we don't seek expert opinion, and we don't get them. We don't write back to the FS. If they be the withdraw funds, definitely future not go dirty, because they are capable people. For example, Freetown City Council, not to the mayor, the sweep, not to the council. councillor, then they sweep. Now auxiliary staff them, now then they sweep, now then they give money service providers for let them do them. The only thing that is stopping that now is because they don't suffocate them physically. So now that suffocation they try for clear and ensure say then begin work. So once done there, I will show you see then go begin work on them quickly. Alaji, the position of the chief administrators as vote controllers from 2004 to now, it not change it. If anything don't happen, safe, they don't only strengthen and now. In the Public Financial Management Act of 2016, Section 15(2)(b), it clearly states say the chief administrators, now then are the vote controllers. Section 13(1), 13(2)(f)(g) clearly state the responsibilities of the chief administrators, them, their role. So let's just give a background of what will don't happen. The political heads them, but they feel say the administrative heads them because then are vote controllers, then they sideline them. So now they give them respect. As a result of that, there was a compromise. We will come to some compromise now the office of the vice president for let peace day, let them able work fine. So then go to vote controller. So then they go decide to check them. But then this is right.
Radio Julia.
On FM 103.9.
18 councillors na council. So they not get somebody who will give them direction. It's just prudent. And I'll tell you under section 30 of the same local government act that then councillors they will do abandon the post them. If you ask them if they consult them, people them, they will not have done that. Because it states clearly the duties of the councillor. Say you for consult the electorate on decisions the way you want for take, and not say you for consult the political party. They say you for consult your electorate on your decisions the way you want for take. And some of them here can get some backlash. If you not take time, if you continue like this, why is the administrative wing continue for render services with the councillors the way they now? I mean, when people then go lost confidence in una, and you can't go back to them to secure a mandate. Now some of the bad things then they will happen. So the best way to happen in that situation are dialogue. Una don't talk. So don't bring out your business and talk about it without recourse into abandoning your responsibilities.
In Parliament, for example, in where you get APC MPs that will boycott, there's a clear regulation, for example, how many sitting and go miss where possibly they could be unseated. Waiting the law, the local government act talk, for example, how long this could continue in local councils.
So I will tell you as a law student, I will tell you technically say voting operation under the House of Parliament a little different from the local council. With the local council, now the chairman or the mayor, now they call up the meeting, the council meeting. And when you call up the council meeting, possibly, technically, now you go begin the members say, you don't begin count, the one sitting don't pass, two sitting don't pass, three sitting don't pass. Now you not come. So because of all of them here, now you could say, no, they're not supposed for whole government to ransom. And I mean, now we still get for work. Let them not push you for do the unthinkable. Because we get for work. If we see say the council is not running, we'll be constrained to advise appropriately for the application of section 108.
Thank you very much. Salamin.
Somebody make comment again, we make some small mistake and only talk about APC. I say if APC want for demonstrate, then for write letter to the IG. If SLPP want for demonstrate, then for write letter to IG. and they all sit in the common do for demonstrate for the various reasons. We civil society with the common do, and we get more people to demonstrate past them. We civil society, we demonstrate against police and call. The person will be holding hand, bullet meter for they die. We pass through Congo Cross, Lumley by the police station, take Spur Road. The person will be holding hand, bullet meter if for they die. So not to today we say don't begin demonstrate. If people don't even realize, say we're in a very critical situation, just take the fear crisis. When they produce fear, the wahala with the far away from salon, that affects winner greatly. When fuel price go up, it affects even the yabas, the pepper, and the maggi. If people don't even realize all that one day, say right now we're in a very serious situation. And people they look at the young people the way they pass, where some of them disgruntled to where they pass in the street. You say, no, you go get that, they put them in the street. And some of you don't see what they don't pass. If they don't give you clearance, you go in the street for go demonstrate. I will say it again, we civil society with the common do, and we own crowd. A pass others their own crowd. Definitely will common do. So would they beg the politicians? We want to stop person for demonstrate, but there are processes and there are times. The time the way you say they demonstrate for something, everybody will sit down and say yes. When I go ahead, we all see what happened very recently. The November the other way happened. Policeman die, civilian die. As I talk to you now, any amount of compensation we government give them families and they enough. Families are suffering right now for that small kuskas. We, civil society, we get structures at village level, chiefdom level, district level, regional level, national level. Let nobody not try. More especially if you don't get people clearance for common street. And an officer, the IG go even try that. The IG not going to try that. And you know that not going to try that, APC is not going to demonstrate.
All right.
Trust me.
I want to take some more questions on the floor now. I think we still get some more time. Maybe we could take a few more. Yes, there's a lady here, and there's a gentleman here, and maybe I don't take you. Do you allow take one more person? Yes.
Thank you very much, sir. Adajabti, Mercy TV. I just wanted to ask Mr. Bonafa a question again. You just asked him a question that for Parliament, after 3 sittings, they have...
Not after 3 sittings, after a certain number of sittings.
Okay, after a certain number of sittings, they have a punishment. So you are telling us that as the mayor and the deputy mayor and the other councillors can stay as long as they can without no punishment against them. Because you just said that the mayor is the one that calls for meetings. So if the mayor is not in her seat to call for meetings, so they can go as long as they can. Then to to the Minister of Social Welfare, the question I wanted to ask is that your ministry is very close to my church at Waterloo Street. There was a time, just about a week ago, they were having social welfare. Okay, let me ask this question. They were having a program around that community, and the mosque and the church complained to the councillor that they should not hold this meeting because we are having a program in church, and the mosque also complained to them, and they have nothing to do about it. They still continue with the program, disturbing the church and the mosque because the program was still morning that day. So I don't know what you can do about it towards this document that they are about to sign. Thank you very much.
Let me take this gentleman with the glasses. Yes.
Thank you very much. I use somebody's lab take them. I will be precise and concise enough. I'm not going to use any grammatical bombardment this afternoon. But my name is Amos Marshall Taiwali, aka the microphone vandalist. Madam Minister of Social Welfare, I want to ask you this question in relation to the communique. I want to know what are the proportionality of the penalty if somebody, pastor, imam, according to you, commits an offense, we don't contravene this communique. That is one. How will I go about investigation, especially in this sophisticated digital age where I can see somebody use AI for make me video and post away, not to even me, if I take that into cognizance, I want to go for unravel say this particular video na AI not to imam not to pastor talk am. If I get then of course the mechanism then again how this communicate I want for now go use them for infringe on freedom of expression, theological debates, and if religious people want for criticize constructively government policies. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think there was another hand up. Yes, here in the front here.
Let's say Choice FM. Madam Minister, my colleague from 98.1 and the civil society man asked you a question concerning the day for sign that document. We a little bit of argument today. We side and talk about 3 sets of people that the president, the secretary, and another person we suppose for sign, then they out of the country, and then not get a mandate they for sign, or later on they be decide for sign. And we colleague asks you from 98.1, the civil man asks you, that sign will they be signed, they not be taken as permanent signature. They be just one for certain thing. And they ask you, and also get you give answer towards that. I don't know if you can come the back and give you answer, look it and clear, because I give you say now, if anybody commits a crime, the CID kill them, the police kill them, and you don't share all the documents to different sets of people. So clear down for the viewers of the watch we.
Okay, I think that's the last one we will take for now. We will try for runtime. Quickly, Madam Minister, I think you get most of the questions them as well.
Okay, let's start with me, brother. So the communique now about responsibility and it about religious leaders. They get a hierarchy. However, it's addressing all religious leaders. So you are an imam, you are a pastor, it address everybody. So on that day, well, according to them, then talk to them, the leader, the interreligious council president, waiting they can't tell me now. Even today, I get them. Say, it tell them, say, let them go ahead and sign. Because this is a communique will be shared, then gets the common WhatsApp group, a good day, and then we don't see them. So they know about it, and there's nothing implicating here other than taking responsibility. And I just read to Una the implementation, some of the things we then for do for the followership, you know, for educate them, for sensitize them about the need for be tolerant, about the need for be peaceful and not for make any inciting statement about coexistence. And I shall say, as a Sierra Leonean, this is what every one of we, I don't know who that denier we want for let this country go in anarchy as a result of any religious incitement. I don't think say anybody now, if that person denier, then let we'll talk after. So tell you now, you first go be the culprit for the CID. But for answer your question, yes, they did come to a consensus, and that is why they signed. Yeah. That is why they sign. And as I said, this is not the first time we don't get that engagement. We just escalate them for make sure say this particular document they in vogue now. We don't get them from December. And now because we notice say people are still in the habit of doing this, now make we elevate them out to this level. And once they don't sign, they've taken responsibility for say, then go talk to their followership and then go get communities for understand say this country we want for continue for be religious tolerance, we want for continue for coexist regardless of your faith. Because as a matter of fact, the only way you get peace go make you even sit down here or you come on a morning go get your hand to mouth. We know what's in the happen in other country, then we will not want go there. And therefore, we not want this country for going to anarchy on any religious ground. And as a matter of fact, religion for unite we more than for divide we.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam Minister. All right. Yes, I come to you, but let me just get you.
It's one more.
Okay, you have
Somebody,
one more question,
yes. the lady and talk about I no be get you points clear. Now the ministry
and churches,
now the ministry been get program. Okay.
The program actually and distracting the church, and not us only, because our church is very close to the mosque also, because it is a ministry that is only dividing us. So the imam also reported them about it, because when they wake up in the morning by 5 to pray, they are disturbing them with their programs, but they
So
still
the carnival
continue.
they disturb both
Yes,
the church
and
the
yes,
mosques.
yes.
All
Okay,
right.
all right. Now you get it. So not so between the two. Okay, so this is the more reason why we are coming up with this policy. This policy is the one that is going to give opportunities to everybody. This coexistence, what they talk about. How do we go about it? Are we going to allow, for example, that kind of scenario? Is it something acceptable? Are we going to have time slots? Are we going to be more engaging? So, for example, I'll give you an example. The one that we want to do carnival, church there, mosque there. Are we going to say you have to engage them? Let una agree on timing, because now this line are coexistence. But or you just do and not paying attention to the other people that you're feeling or waiting that they're about for do. So these are all the things where they come into that conversation where they lead to the policy. Because for far too long we don't get them complain them. This person say this mosque don't they have for so years, church don't come near them. And so the people then they prayer, this one self they wait here, or vice versa. So all of them tin and there's a lot that is happening. In fact, one of the key things where they come up now that policy day is the fact that it's going to be regulating even the opening of churches and mosques. And I'll say that again. It get for regulate them, because the same religious leaders here, so we be seen here. We in that policy, we are going to take this responsibility right now their foot, because if they not clarify or if they not vet anybody where one can open mosque or church, it not go reach social welfare. No, because at the end of the day, when that person there una don't vet them before the paper they reach, so when something happen now una back with the fall pa. Because now una for don't do waiting with man called due diligence. So now I make the responsibility of that particular one, they take them back to them. Now then get for make sure say then vet them people here. If now certificate then give them. That means if that certificate reach we Inter-Religious Council, CCSL or Supreme Islamic Council, they don't do them due diligence. That 10 day now we go there in position for register there. As a matter of fact, we don't even look at giving license. So if that happens, when you not perform, you do something where they out of the way we seize your license and you can't operate. Like where all man can say salon bigo, salon and big pass we all. Yeah, even if now mosque, now church, you want for bring problem. No, we go say no, because God in word not say so. He say Lord will live in peace. So this policy is coming, and una self get for be engaged. Because waiting to this thing it hinge on national peace, security, and development.
All right, thank you very much. Now, William Sal, let me just get your final word on the message you get for people, of course, regarding service delivery, and or for politicians, and we generally don't abandon their duties and they left them constituting them for suffer at this very crucial time.
Well, I want for big the politicians. I not just want for focus, in fact, to APC. I want for big the politicians, the way Madam Minister they say, Salon big pass we all. In fact, I don't believe say the IG, not to be into the Oko, but I don't believe say get for give clearance to anybody. Let me tell you, one police officer, they police over 200 citizens. The number of police who get a salon, the number, it not match up. One policeman for police over 200 citizens. The possibility not slim for logo could affect policing. So that don't tell you say we say thousands of people they go get that together. Then go take 30 or 50 policemen for good. They're not going to do anything. At the end of the day, what the public want for overwhelm them, now fire in the cancer. So do ya? Even if they give you pass at the end of the day, we want to see the wives and the children of the politicians before the demonstration. Then the day before. This particular demonstration where anybody they organize, any political party, we want to see their wives and then children, then grandpicking, and let them all day before the demonstration. So if they want to bully the policeman and the policeman want for fire tear gas or whatever they want for fire, now they won't pick in and force. But they will affect. Because one soul, oh, they lost them in this country. Now a big loss to the nation. And you don't want to sit down there at this particular point in time. So the big with brothers, with sisters, let we manage the peace we get. They all get right now. We don't pay for Raboko. So man and mama and papa don't die. So my papa then die during the Ebe war. Take today it depend we. So no one foresee any other cast at this country. How would they go so small, they go and manage them? Lord, they go and manage them small. But Lord not bring thing again, we see motor man than a ground dog, the eater or them board. Then they pick motor man as play to no one time. Engagement is very key. They want them back with they come with and they say, then they kaya as what I go say, they were international partners. Most of the hypocrite serious one, this I will say it. Then go come to the ruling party, they talk fighting. When they go back to the other opposition, they talk other ugly things. Hypocrites. Most of them we international partners when they come. I will say this clearly. So do ya with the big. I'm talking as an activist. Lord, we make sure so we come together as Sierra Leoneans. We're not getting no other alone. So that we go move this country to another level. We get but for do. If you talk about water, somebody they say lots of laws. Let us celebrate international water. The way to do we celebrate, we begin and still the two jelly kind of street. You talk about education, a problem. Still we are not there. So Lord, they manage, Lord, they go small. Please, councillors, mayors, chairmen of councils, do your Lord go back to work.
Thank you
in
very
the interest
much.
of our people.
I want to end with you, Mr. Bonafa, because you get some very important questions them as well. Whilst you also use the chance for me to final points on this.
Briefly. Thank you very much. The woman from Mercy TV asked some brilliant question. They can punish councillors. Now, me consider the opinion say even the mayors and chairpersons, then we know they go work. Never punish them. How? Because city don't they know the councillors them not only transport allowance that they get, they not they get salaries, and that transport allowance that for like attend council meetings or sitting fees. If you don't they can attend council meetings and you don't they take that allowance there for the past month, you get for refund them, or they stop for pay the allowance then until you begin come back. The mayors, everybody, not to the mayor or chairpersons no more. We say when they work, they only they pay salary where you can work. If you know they can work, you know go sit down and also they expect say they receive salary. And I don't want to do the council or the work. There are 18 councillors in Freetown City Council. We actively they go work every day. I don't want to do their work. The law books are there. Then get the local government act, now then possession, then for Sabiam, then party, then get lawyer, then let them go talk to them. I don't just give them small leakage. Section 16.3, don't talk say in the absence of the mayor, the deputy mayor, councillors that can sit down together, agree on somebody for preside over a meeting. And not necessarily mean say forget a quorum, but a meeting. You cannot take a decision, a council decision, lawful decision, where you not get quorum. But that not mean say you don't forget council meeting. Section 16.4, don't tell and say if one thought of the councillors them request through writing say they want forget a special meeting to the mayor or the chairperson, then formit. Once the objectives that are set out, then formit with them. They have not exhausted this part of the law would they be supposed for exhaust. And I would say I also have this temptation now for say I think we further need for right back for say if people are not working, they're not supposed to be paid. Then the good news in all of this is it has come at a time where the local government ministry, they're in the process of amending the Local Government Act of 2022. So most of them, but to next year, what will they get so now? By the time we'll go back to Parliament, we'll go down clear all of them bottleneck here. And so things they go down there for people where they abdicate their responsibility for do service delivery, because it's not about politics. Now local councils, local government, not to politics. Now for deliver services. The TRC Commission, one of the recommendations will become why the war become now because services were centralized. And if they don't decentralize services, the president don't use section 53 of the Sierra Leone constitution, where they set in government say no local government for the, even when it is not in our constitution, he's magnanimous, he don't do that day, then people know how for go work. I mean, a volunteer is not injured. The one they own a lawyer that they know. So Nadan me go say, me appeal to them, let everybody come back and serve them, community them, let them go back in the council, let them work. If the parliamentarians, then they own procedures. I will tell you by the time they come for let them pull them a parliament, then they go back to parliament. They'll go back to parliament. So let everybody go work. Let them constructive engagement, dialogue. Nine are the way for good. Now any civilized country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alex Bonafa, Director from the Decentralization Secretariat, and of course, having got the Minister of Social Welfare as well, which we, and William Saulamin as well from the civil society space. They all don't be panelists. Them don't talk brilliantly on some of the most critical issues them we face as a country. But before we wrap up, next month, April the 13th and 14th, we'll continue Civic Day and we'll be live in Kamakwe, Karine. For the one that we know, we go all across this country. Last week we'll be in Mongo, Falaba as well for take the Civic Day, and so hopefully next month, the 13th and 14th, we hope say the council we did it and then go host we, but whether they agree for host we or not, we are going to Kamakwe. So the people of Kamakwe, I'm sure they will be excited to receive us. Mina Mohammed Jawad, Strategic Communication Advisor. We don't host the program today. Thank you very much for being here with us.
But we go shout, not the poor man voice, we they